All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, SHIPIT Nation YouTube station? We're back here. 7 games on a Friday. Not many Friday slates were on here, but looking forward to this one. Pretty fun one here tonight. A couple teams on a back-to-back here. Looking at it, the Blues coming in tonight on a back-to-back here. Colorado on a back-to-back here as well. A couple teams on the front end of back-to-back, but Colorado and the Blues are the two teams on the back-to-back here to start today's slate, but should be a pretty fun one here. We got a couple, actually four really good spots, maybe 5 really good spots here, so I think ownership does spread out here tonight. Obviously, we're going to jump in here and take a look what the stone is showing in terms of early ownership projections and that. My slate plan is already live for you members out there, so head over there, check us out, shipitnation.com. Check out the slate plan. I went in depth, put a bunch of value guys on there as well. But overall, pretty fun slate here tonight. Let's go ahead and jump in and break it down here. But before I do, if you're not a member yet, Black Friday BF50 is the code there to get access to all of our website at 50% off for your first month. No better rate in the industry. You get in now for the month. You can even catch some of the OPGA season, I believe. If you get in now, you get pretty much the rest of the football season as well. MMA is going to be back shortly, but you get NBA as well. And tons of slates over the next couple of days here and next couple of weeks, I should say, for NFL in general. Bunch of showdowns, bunch of 2-gamers. Obviously, you got a main slate in there, 2 main slates in there, and then the playoffs. Looking forward to that. But let's go ahead and talk this slate here. Let me go ahead and swap it over. Hold on 1 second here. One screen overlay. Boom. Should be good to go. All right. First game on the slate here, and it's a pretty good one here. Buffalo and Toronto. I think this game goes crazy. First time these two played, we saw 8 goals. It was a 5-3 win by Toronto here. I think it's a pretty good spot for sure. Toronto coming off a day's rest. I like Tavares' line quite a bit here. Tavares lit these guys up last time. Tavares, Knees, and Pacioretty. That's a really cheap stack there. But the big dogs firmly in play. Matthews, Nylander, Marner. I'm a little bit under on Marner and Nylander. They just haven't been great as of late. So I kind of like contrarian way to stack these guys. Tavares, Matthews with like a Morgan Riley. Get 3-man on that power play there, attacking the power play and the penalty kill here for the Sabres. But both these squads are pretty good in terms of penalty kill. So probably just stick to full line stacks, which leads me to the Tavares line more just for the salary savings there. Morgan Riley, solid option down here in the defense position. Joseph Wall is my favorite spin-up goalie on the slate. On the flip side, Tage Thompson. He's good, but I prefer the other spend-ups on the slate more. He's probably my least favorite spend-up on the slate. There's only 4 of them at the center position, and I put McKinnon above him. And then I put the other guys as well listed in the slate plan above him, but he's still a solid option. I will say Zucker still got a solid price point. Tuch still a good price point. There is also Jack Quinn. He's got a really nice value here. 2,800. Pair him up with a guy like Tage and Peterka there, and you get a really cheap 3-man stack on that power play. Quinn, though, as a solid value option, he's pretty good. I expect him to get a decent amount of ownership. He's playing really good right now as well, playing a decent amount of minutes at 2.8K against the Leafs here as well. UPL is going to be a net. He hasn't been good, so it is full guns blazing here for Toronto, and kind of surprising not seeing a ton of ownership go their way as it stands right now, but goes back to what I said off the top of the show. A lot of good matchups here tonight, so ownership is definitely going to spread out here. Next game on the slate, this is probably one of the chalkiest stacks, if not the chalk of the slate, is going to be these Detroit Red Wings here due to their prices, due to them being at home, due to Montreal being terrible on the road. And Detroit's playing great right now. They've won 2 straight, 3 of their last 4, beating Buffalo, Toronto, Philly, and then dropping 1 game to Philly. So I actually like this spot quite a bit. Looking at the numbers here, Detroit last season won 3 of 4. Scored 5 goals in all 3 wins. So it is definitely a good spot here for Detroit. But they have given up at least 3 goals in every single opportunity here. So in tournaments, I actually like this Montreal side quite a bit here. Suzuki, Caulfield, Slafkovsky here. Really like that. Patrick Liney's a sniper on the power play. Don't love chasing him off that hat trick where he just took everything. It is one thing to note. Liney does take the sniper role from Caulfield right now on the power play, so it hurts Caulfield a little bit, but Caulfield's price is coming down, and Caulfield definitely after last game, I mean, Liney was just on fire, so he just kept feeding him. I can definitely see this game where Caulfield kind of takes those shots and those opportunities here. So I like Montreal side, definitely in tournaments at this ownership. Lane Hudson, the good option. Mike Matheson, great option as well. Savard, a really good option in terms of value, 2,900. He's really good matchup. D-men against Detroit as well. If you want to leverage all this chalk here against this chalky, not very solid team in general in Detroit, I mean, they are 13-18 on the season and in 3 of their wins over the last 4 games, right? So Montembeault in that can leverage all of this chalk here. That's kind of pretty volatile chalk in my opinion. But on the wing side, if I'm going to the wings, I'm stacking up the power play. Just attacking this Montreal penalty kill, 75%. They give up the most penalties on the road as well per game. So it's hard to get away from some of these guys. Larkin, good price. But if you want to get kind of contrarian, go Casper, go Raymond, go Sider, and then throw in a Comfer. You leave Larkin off. It's scary to do that. But you still get that power play where I want to attack, and then you kind of spread out your line exposure as well on the ice. So most people typically don't like breaking up lines. I don't myself typically either, but when you do it like this, you middle the ownership and you still get the good plays overall. But the power play guys for me are the ones that I play for their wings: Larkin, Casper, Comfer, Lucas Raymond, and Mo Sider. I like those guys quite a bit. Gustav here at stone minimum, really good option as well from a defensive standpoint. And if you want to get unique, just go to that second power play here with guys like Andrew Kopp, DeBrincat, Patty Kane, Tarasenko, and Gustav instead of Mo Sider. But anyway you frame it up, this is a really good game in my opinion. Montreal side's going to go unnoticed overall. And looking at last year, 9 goals in 3 of the 4 games between these 2 squads. So I definitely see fireworks in this one. Probably my favorite game on the slate to grab pieces from. I just see a ton of scoring coming here. Next game on the slate here, Blues and the Panthers. This is a smash spot here for the Panthers. Blues on a back-to-back, heading into Florida here to face the Panthers, and that just smells destroyed. It just smells trouble. Hofer is going to be in that here. He's not very solid, but he has been better than Binnington overall. If you want to play him in tournaments, you can. Not for me. In tournaments, I'm going to be attacking the Florida side. These guys are going to be chalky here. I would avoid pairing Florida with Detroit. It's just naturally a really good pairing, fits really easily, and it's just going to be a very chalky spot. But Panthers minus 275 favorites on the road or at home here for a reason. Barkov, great play. Chucky, great play. Verhage, great play. You don't need me to tell you. Aaron Ekblad, going to be mega chalk again. Hopefully he doesn't score the first game and get a 3-point bonus at 30% ownership. At least his price did go up $1,000. So finally DraftKings is waking up. I actually prefer Forsling at 3,900 over Ekblad, or a guy like Nate Schmidt at stone minimum over Ekblad. It's hard to argue though with Ekblad. His price is finally coming up though, which is nice. Anyway, you stack it up, Florida's amazing options here for me. On the Blues, not getting to really any option, any people on these Blues. Florida is good chalk here, in my opinion. Doesn't mean they're going to crush, but I prefer Florida chalk over Detroit chalk more, in my opinion here. I think with the Blues on a back-to-back, Florida at home, all things kind of point to Florida kind of handling the Blues squad here pretty easily. Next game here, Hurricanes and Caps. I actually like this spot quite a bit. I've been on the Caps a lot. Logan Thompson's been good. He's not going to be in that. I believe it's Charlie Lindgren here tonight. So if Lindgren's in that, I like the Carolina pieces a little bit more here as well. I just want to confirm. I'm just pulling it up. It does look like, Charlie Lindgren is going to be in net. First time these two faced, he did save 40 of 43 shots, but Carolina peppered him. He let 3 through, still scored a decent amount there. I think Carolina still peppers this guy. I mean, Washington's kind of regressed a little bit here as of late overall. Not regressed, but they're definitely being scored on more at home. Looking at the numbers, expected goals category, they're second last in the league. So they've had really good puck luck as of late. Their actual goals against right now is sitting at about 2.7. Their expected goals against is sitting out almost at 3.7, so almost a full goal higher. So I like the Hurricanes here quite a bit. All things, it's bright green matchups across the board. Second line is great with Kotkaniemi, Necas, and Svechnikov. That's my preferred line when going to the Carolina side here. But Aho is a great option. Seth Jarvis, great option. Robinson, if you need the value, he's fine. Don't love it, but he's still a good option. Brent Burns at 4K is a good option. Ghost Pasir, great option as well. I like the Carolina Hurricanes a lot. I put them ahead of Florida for me at respective ownerships here as well. And I probably put them ahead of Toronto as well at similar pricing. I really like Svech and Necas a ton here. So, like Carolina, maybe it's a hill I'm going to die on again because every time I play Carolina, they shit the bed. But hopefully not tonight. For sure, I like them a lot. On the Caps side, not getting to any of these Caps here against Carolina. I just don't want to attack them. Kochetkov here in that is a great goalie option in that mid-tier at 7,800 as well. Next game on the slate here, Dallas and the Rangers. Rangers can't get their head out of their ass defensively right now, so I do like this spot quite a bit for the Stars at home. Expected goals are way higher than what their actual goals is against right now for the Rangers. Same thing on the Stars. They're the third best team in the NHL right now on home ice in terms of expected goals. The fourth best team on home ice in terms of actual goals for. They take the second most shots in the league as well on net, and the Rangers allow the third most shots on net per game on the road. So all things kind of point to the Stars. They draw a lot of high danger chances, and the Rangers give up a ton of high danger chances here. So I like the Stars a lot. Rupe Hintz, Robertson, too cheap in my opinion. I like that top line quite a bit. And then don't sleep on the Wyatt Johnston line. Wyatt Johnston, Jamie Benn, Dadonov. They finally put those three back together. Two of them correlate together on the power play. So you can four-man stack this. You could go Johnston. You could go Jamie Benn. You could go Dadonov. You get a full line stack there and then add in Heiskanen. You get 3 guys on line 3 for full line strength, and you get 3 guys on that top power play for sure. I like it a lot. Dallas, I think, smashes the Rangers here. The only hope they have is Shesterkin kind of standing on his head, but he just has no defense in front of him. So you're kind of asking a lot there. Like the Stars to crush. Shesterkin is a fine option in tournaments to leverage some of the Dallas guys that are going to get ownership. Jake Ottinger, bounce back spot, I like quite a bit. He destroyed me the other night, dropped negative 10 or 12 points, I think he had. That was very hurtful Tuesday or Wednesday. It was Wednesday with the big contest there. So screw you, Ottinger, but I'm back on him here tonight. I think he bounces back here. He's a really good goalie. Stars should win this game. I like the Stars to kind of crush these Rangers here tonight. Next game on the slate, Hockey Club and the Wild. This is a game I just don't have much interest in at all here. I'm surprised this game's not a 5.5 total like the game before is with the Rangers and the Stars. I don't really look at totals too much, but I do think this game isn't very intriguing to me. If I went to anybody, it'd be on the Utah side with Cooley, Gunther, pretty much just those two, maybe a Sergachev, just those 3. Cooley, Dylan Gunther, Sergachev. I like that 3-man stack quite a bit. 5,700, 5,600, and 4,600. They're playing really good right now. Minnesota's kind of struggling a little bit right now with goalie issues. Gus Bus is day-to-day. Fleury's just not very good in general. But historically, I just don't like targeting Minnesota too much, especially when they're at home here. Looking at Fleury's past against Utah, obviously last year they played, it wasn't Utah, it was Arizona. So this is the Coyotes. Don't get it mistaken here. Minnesota handled them. Coyotes didn't score more than one goal outside of the fluke game that they played at home the first time they faced early in the season, where Arizona scored 6 goals, shut them out. And Fleury came in relief in that one and saved 14 of the 15 shots there. So Fleury's fared really, really well against Utah. So overall, I think Fleury's a fine option in tournaments here. Utah side, not a love. Don't really love Minnesota here either. Kind of under on this game in general. Rossi's got a nice price point. Kaprizov, I like other spend ups more personally. I will say Mojo is still a really good option at 2,700, really solid value. You can basically get away with free Ryan Hartman and Mojo stack. If you want to add in Boldy, you can, but if you want to just take the 2-man value stack there, Hartman and Johansson, I don't hate that either. Faber and Spurgeon, both solid from the defense standpoint, but overall, it's just a game I'm kind of under on. Takes us to the last game of the slate here. Avs going to be chalk here, facing the Ducks. The only hope they have is Doso standing on his head, which he can definitely do here. But great plays here. McKinnon, amazing option. Rantanen, Nichushkin, Colton, Lakeinen, like them all a ton. Cam Makar, great if you can fit them. Devin Toews, great option as well. But not much more to say. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to say you can play the Avs here, which is very high-powered offensive team against the Ducks, who allow a ton of goals on home ice, especially expected goals. They're actually worse than what their actual numbers are even showing in terms of expected goals category. They're dead last in the league on home ice here. They allow the 4th most shots on net. They allow a ton of high danger chances. Overall, just really good options here for the Avs. On the flip side, the Avs can definitely be scored on, and especially tonight here. Wedgwood's going to be in net here. Wedgie might get old Wedgie here from these Ducks quacking around on the ice. Ryan Strome, good option here for Vetrano, Troy Terry. Going back to that that line's been super, super good. Like them a lot. Leo Carlson's got a nice price point. He's up on that top power play. And then Jackson LeCompte, one of the best value D-men on the slate. I would stick to the top power play guys here for me for the Ducks. Strome, Vetrano, Terry, LeCompte being my 4 favorites there. That's going to do it for this quick hit here for the NHL slate. Hopefully we can right the ship. I've been kind of in a little slump here. I'll be the first one to admit it there. Full transparency. I just haven't put it all together. But the members, some of you guys out there have been piecing it together with the slate plan and things like that. So hopefully tonight here we get the ship rolling myself personally. But if it's not myself, hopefully it's one of you out there shipping the big contest out there. So good luck tonight in those contests. Hope to see those Shipping Nation logos at the top for myself and Nades. Let's ship it.